So this is what a complete loss of dignity looks like. Sex Tape stars Jason Segel and Cameron Diaz as a married couple looking to add some spice to their life by filming the most intimate moments of their marital bliss. But uh-oh, wouldn't you know it, somehow what was meant to be kept private is now in the hands of family, friends, co-workers, and even the mailman. And oh, the hijinks that ensue as they try to retrieve it. The forced, nonsense, and lame hijinks. Yeah, this is an awful movie all around, and one you walk out of actually feeling bad for the actors. I mean, I'm sure Cameron and Jason are funny people, but it's just hard to tell after seeing them in this mess. I mean, there are many ways to tear apart this movie, but let's just get right to the heart of it, shall we? This is situation comedy at its worst. This is a movie that tries desperately to put our leads in crazy situation after crazy situation that are supposed to be hilarious, but just aren't. Why? Well, for one, none of it rings true. This couple overreacts to the point of not being hardly recognizable as having human motivations. Every new conundrum they find themselves in feels more forced and unrealistic than the last. Not only that, but those moments are divided by long scenes of spatting between our married couple, spouting dialogue that I think is supposed to give us an emotional connection and investment to their marriage, but instead just ends up wasting screen time. I think maybe it was going for that zany family comedy kind of feel, like Cheaper by the Dozen or Parental Guidance, but that's kind of hard to pull off when you're dealing with a rated R raunch fest. Not that the PG-13 version of this movie would have been any better, but at least it might have felt more cohesive. As it is, it just feels like a movie that's not sure exactly where it wants to go and isn't as funny as it thinks in getting there. And I know by this point I've likely already chewed all the flavor out of the gum, but let me chomp away at one more thing. The conclusion of this movie is utter nonsense. Now, I'm always careful with endings because I don't want to spoil anything, so I won't hear either. But as much as the movie indicates there was a resolution, I'm at a loss as to how and why it exactly happened, meaning any semblance of plot structure or investment is left completely destroyed by the end. Hey, here's an idea. In the sequel, let's have the real-life Cameron Diaz and Jason Segel running around to theaters trying to keep people from seeing this movie. That might at least ring a little more true. Okay, there was one bright ray of sunshine here, Ellie Kemper, who was the new Secretary Erin on The Office. She continues to be one of my favorite comedic actresses working today. She and Rob Corddry, who played her husband, were funny and engaging as the friends trying to help the bumbling couple through their trauma. Overall, Sex Tape is an unfunny comedy that isn't quite sure what it wants to be. With its lack of humor, lack of true heart, and lack of a satisfying conclusion, not even the delightful Ellie Kemper can get it up past a D. Thanks for checking out this Your Movie Friend review. Stay tuned for this review's best ever challenge here in a bit. But first, I want to throw some stuff up over here that you can click on. If you'd like to subscribe, which I'd very much appreciate, you can do that by clicking the big gray subscribe button. And if you want to see more, well, you can also click to see my reviews of Begin Again, The Purge Anarchy, and Planes, Fire, and Rescue that also came out this week. You can also click the logo right up here to go to the all-new YourMovieFriend.com, where you can find a searchable database of reviews as well as the written text of these videos. And finally, this review's best ever challenge, where you name the best movie ever in a particular category and also try to identify my choice. What is the best Jason Segel movie ever? Mine has to be the one where he was one of the only human characters involved. Or was he? Drop your own answer and a guess at mine in the comments, and the first person to guess mine does get a point. Thanks, and please subscribe.